Today we're going to learn how to solve radical equations. The thing I want you to remember most is that all the steps that we're going to use today are all the steps that you have been performing for years of solving equations. The first thing we have to remember is to get our variable term by itself. So what do we have to do here? We have to subtract the 3. After we subtract the 3, we get the square root of 3x equal to 9. Now, what you're going to see here is getting that square root of 3x to just 3x. So my index number here is 2. I'm taking the square root of 3x. How do I undo that operation? I have to square each side. Now let me show you why that is. So I have 3x, and if I write this in radical form, I have 3x to the 1/2 power. I want that just to be 3x. So what I have to do is raise that to the inverse of 1/2, which is 2. So if I take this marker, 3x to the 1/2, and I square it, remembering the rule of exponents, to multiply them, 1/2 times 2 is 1, or 3x to the 1st power. Now you don't have to go through all that work, but I like you to know why you're doing what you're doing. So I'm going to go back to my step of the square root of 3x equal to 9, and to undo the square root operation, I'm going to square both sides. When we take a radical times itself, remember it's always what's equal to it. You're also doing the square root of 3x times the square root of 3x, which is equal to the square root of 9x squared, which is equal to 3x. You're not going to want to do that when you're solving the problem. You're going to just want to remember that a radical times itself is what's inside of it. So that becomes 3x equal to 9 squared, which is 81. Simple, one step left. How do I undo the multiplication? I divide by 3 to get x is equal to 27. The one thing we have to remember is this is an equation that is performing an operation on x, so we always have to check it. So that means I have to go back in and put 27 in for x. So I'm going to take the square root of 3 times 27 plus 3 equal to 12. This is going to be 81, so the square root of 81 plus 3, is that in fact equal to 12? The square root of 81 is 9 plus 3, and my left satisfies the right. It's a check, so my solution works. It's not an extraneous solution. And that's how you solve radical equations.